Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of April 18th, 2015.
Woo, yes, Elcom indeed.
Sorry.
We're so close.
Welcome indeed.
So close to a year, but we'll talk about that later. As always, I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers are Wybold, Milky, and the replacement TJ, JDur.
Replacement TJ strikes back.
Will be, in fact, referred to as JDur for the remainder of this episode here. So no,
what?
no
Where's
strikes
JDur?
for that.
Where's JDur, huh, TJ? Kidding.
What?
Also, we have Ogeles with us as our special guest.
I like trains.
Brakeman.
Oh no!
Ah!
God forbid he likes trains. Because it'll terminate at this station.
Okay, this week we're in beautiful St. Paul, Minnesota. Oh yeah.
Doesn't actually look so beautiful, it's kind of overcast.
Don't you
There
know?
go all the
it's not
Minnesota
very
viewers.
pretty. It's somewhat.
We've seen
It's a little
three
bit rainy in
trains so
Minnesota.
far, and you might be able to see one moving along back there, way back.
Yeah, there go all the Minnesota viewers.
It was a power move, and it was amazing. It had
It's funny
food.
because we pretend we have viewers sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Shh.
actually, nope, nerp, soap, Milky.
Soap.
Okay, so for my well founding, I saw the Mac Swixers, which go
What
Wait,
about-
wait. Never mind, go on,
What-
sorry.
it's pretty much a local freight that usually is about 1 to 10 cars, and it comes through Albany around,
One
Like-
cars.
yeah, 1. Yeah, because this is the Terminus, and we don't believe in pearls. But it had a Yeast GP38, I think it's like HLCX or something like that.
Oh, I've seen them. I've seen HLCX stuff around Selkirk.
But yeah, I saw that train twice. I saw I sat at the railroad crossing for about an hour and saw 1501 switching.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice.
No frostbite this time.
Again, how do you get frostbite in 50 degrees?
It was like 70 degrees today. I was like, no, it's summer.
Yeah, it was a really nice day today.
I know, Wybold. I would gladly trade.
Sigh.
Make trade.
It what?
Bad trade.
Why exactly would you trade?
Because he's getting snow.
Oh,
Snow no bueno.
how much snow?
Yesterday we got a foot.
Jesus Christ.
So thank you, Colorado of April.
Thanks,
Which
Obama.
which is always our snowiest month.
Polar vortex.
For whatever polar vortex. Polar vortex.
Wow.
Right.
Wait, what's up?
But-
Hey, Bunsif.
Bunce.
There was a horn battle?
Yes. Between 1501 and an F59.
What
I
is
wonder
it?
what those tracks
Oh,
are
that's right.
in
Never
the
mind, I know.
foreground. What single track in the foreground is? That's part of a Y, but I wonder if we'll see any trains using it, or if we'll just see trains going around the left
Bunsif
portion.
grain train going on here.
We got
But-
some serious grain going on.
But anyways,
Actually,
that's
it's on the way. It's on the way to Colorado. It'll get there in about 2 days, or
Yeah.
one day as of the airing of this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You know what's going to Colorado?
Because
Okay.
that is where trains go.
no. Well, the
Not
cargo.
necessarily.
I personally thought 1501 won the horn battle.
Because I'm sure
Okay.
you're not biased at all.
Yeah. I'm definitely not biased towards the SD7 compared to that 59, just saying.
But the F-59 is the relative to the metal machine.
Eh. It's
Yeah,
it's
but-
been, you know, it's It's not a part of the family.
Yeah.
It's an orphan.
Yeah.
It was abandoned.
The cabbages
We're abandoned on a
count as
doorstep.
Oh.
Alright, so is it my turn for offending or
Abandoned as a pup. It was found by
Self-use.
Muriel.
I also found a few Amtrak, or saw a few Amtrak cascades pulling in the morning and afternoon.
Were there any heritage units?
No, but there was cabbages on the back.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Cabbage.
I was even
I only got cabbage recently, actually.
I think
I was
one of the
I was searching up cabbage on the download station, and then it was like that made sense now.
one of the first things Weibold ever quizzed me on was what a cabbage was.
What?
Yeah, it was one of the first interactions I had with you that was actually verbal, and you were like, "Do you know what a cabbage is?" It's like, no.
It's a food.
It's a small green lettuce-like thing.
Anyways, that concludes my royal family.
It's somewhat leafy.
So it's my
No
turn.
record's
It's
broken,
my turn. It's Moa's turn.
Yes, it
So-
is yours turn.
It is my turns.
Have
So, as I haven't really done much real fanning choice-wise.
Opposed
I
to
did
fake
get a,
fanning.
I did
gonna say.
I did by
Yeah, you said real
coincidence
fanning.
stopping by trains, but I did do some. I did do some real fanning. So, I went real fanning. I uploaded it on my channel, and I took my camera and I got a front rider to toot at me, and then I caught a freight train, an intermodal freight train with all EMD power. Ooh, go Gujibos.
What?
Gucci Bros.
And
JDur,
then-
I see what you're writing.
we can see, and then immediately, actually just the other day, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday, we got
It was
stopped by-
Wednesday. It was Wednesday, which is Wednesday.
Thank you.
Which is on November 2nd.
gosh, that. And we got stopped. I was on my way home from tutoring, and we got
By the
stopped
police.
by the railroad gates, and soon to find out that it was actually a military train going. I think it was going north
Tank
to-
train.
towards Ogden. We saw some Bradleys. We didn't see any Abrams, but we saw Bradleys,
Hey, bros.
and we saw
Hey, bros.
Humvees and some cool stuff. And that's it for me. Gosh, that grain train is long.
I wonder if they had paint rounds.
How long is this grain train?
Inflatable tanks.
Oh god.
Bubbled,
the noise those things make.
It's great.
Anyways, moving on to local
Mind
stops
guiding,
then.
please.
I've got a big slew of news and things of that sort.
Slew.
Yeah, a slew of news. A couple of the little things I can get are straight out of Have Engine Will Travel. I talked about them last time. Hank is at the Steam Railroading Institute in Owasso, Michigan. He'll be there until September. He'll be there until September, and the new one, Mac, which is also an 040, I believe, will be there, I think in June or July, whenever they're done with it. So, if you want to see the 040s, that's where you go. If you want to
Yay.
see Sadie, the 060, she's in Winnsboro, South Carolina,
Oh, look, the grain train's over, guys.
starting,
Yay.
starting 3 days from when this airs. So on April 21st, she'll be arriving.
Which is April 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful piece of
And
information.
that's everything out of there.
Mm.
Right now, if you're watching this podcast, you've most likely missed it. But there is a free weekend at Scranton at Seeing
Road
Town.
trip.
Mm-hmm.
Terminus meetup 0.5.
0.5. And the park announces an exciting excursion schedule for 2015 beginning on Saturday, April 25th. There will be a link to this, of course, but we've got the
Kerp, kerp.
City of Scranton Sesquisomething or other kickoff.
Sesquisquatch.
Sesquisquatch Centennial celebration,
Try saying that 5 times fast.
which I believe just goes all over Scranton, the city, because the place has rail lines running all through it. Oh, this is a different link. I'll have to keep this up and post this as well. It's the 150th anniversary of Scranton, Pennsylvania, so they're doing things all over the city. National Train Day run on National Train Day, May 9th. There's a run to Carbondale. Departs 10 a.m. Mother's Day ballroom brunch and Moscow excursion, Moscow, Pennsylvania.
Moscow,
How
wir
do you
Glas
know that
an
was
das
coming?
Fahren. Russland is
Random
so
mapping German.
You better know that was coming.
You can enjoy a Mother's Day ballroom brunch with seating beginning at 11 a.m. in the historic railroad station at the Radisson Locomotive Station Hotel, and then board your 1:30 p.m. excursion train to Moscow.
Skull.
There's that. Excursion from Tobyhanna to Scranton's Armed Forces Day Parade. Leaves Scranton, that's on May 16th. August 22nd, there's another trip to Carbondale, and then there's...
I think
What?
there's another train coming.
Garbin.
And then we have the 765 excursion.
Yay!
Pearl Harbor.
That is, according...
Have a photo op with the nickel plate GURP, please.
There's a Tunkhannock Viaduct excursion,
Tunkhannock.
which is planned. However, if you want to ride across the Tunkhannock Viaduct, you can
Try saying that.
get on... No. You can get on one of these 765 excursions running out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. They're August 15th, August 16th, September 12th. Oh, well, no. That one doesn't
It's
run
just
to
September
Binghamton.
12th.
But there's a handful of these, there are 3 of these running out of Scranton, Pennsylvania excursions.
Tunkhannock.
2 of them run to Binghamton. So those are over the viaduct. Excellent views. And it's a really cool trip.
Terminus
Harbor.
Meetup Part 2.
Hey, that'd be cool.
I can barely
Yeah.
make this one.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
gonna
because you live
say.
there. Yeah, well, plenty of people can't make
We'll
Terminus
have to do
Meetup
We'll
Part 1.
have to do Terminus Meetup Part 2 at some point.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's
Harbor.
Terminus Meetup West and Terminus Meetup East.
Terminus Meetup Central-ish in 2019.
Central
Kansas.
dish.
Central-ish.
Pueblo.
You're not
No.
central.
Sí,
They're
pueblo.
coming.
No.
They're
Sí,
coming
sí.
to me.
What? The T1?
They're joining me in Utah.
No.
You are? It's the T1.
No, not that one. That's not what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Promontory?
Yes, I was talking about yours.
Yay!
No.
Anyways, speaking of the T1, they released a newsletter recently, and I'll just browse through it real quick.
Click. Thank you.
It basically just covers all the stuff we've covered in the Terminus recently, which is the getting the rails, the CAD drawing being assembled. There's some really cool pictures of the PRR mechanical drawings that are basically there's a whole wall of boxes of mechanical drawings. It must be hell to go and say, oh, I need this part, and you just end up looking through boxes for days.
Boxes for days.
Yeah, exactly. The PR prints are the exact copies of the Baldwin prints. The PRR, rather. And there's just pictures of them dealing with all these drawings and laminating them and scanning them in. Then building the CAD model from them. And then there's the T1 lithograph. There is a lithograph of the T1 design, or not designed, but signed by Raymond Loewy.
Ooh.
And if you want to purchase it, it is available for a $5,550 donation to the trust. Appropriate.
Would that also count toward Empire, whatever it is, membership?
That's a good question. I hope it would account towards the Founders Club.
I was gonna say, because if you got Founders Club out of it, that's a better
yeah.
deal, because you get the lithograph, and then you'd also get to be a engineer potentially.
Yeah.
An engineer.
Or at the very least,
I'm an
you'd
engineer.
at the very least, you'd get to be on the,
Yeah.
on the record-breaking ride or attempt.
Yeah.
Record-breaking ride.
Right.
But yeah, appropriately, of course, $55.50 for the print. And it sounded like I was going to go into an auction thing there.
Woo.
And we've got...
Right.
55.50.
Skip me. I'll be back.
Alright. We've got this picture of Making Connections. The T1 Trust chairman was able to rub elbows with Steam Royalty on March 21st, 2015 at the Baltimore chapter NRHS meeting. from left to right, Doyle McCormick, Bradford
Yeah.
Ross Noble, Ross E. Rowland
Woo!
Jr., Wes Camp, and Hank Weber. So
Who's
these.
Wes?
Hmm?
Who's the West guy?
I don't know actually. I don't know all these. I know most of them, but I don't know all of them. And I certainly
I
have
only know Doyle and Roland.
Doyle and Ross Rowland. But it's really great to that if these guys are all if these guys really put their weight into the project, that'd be absolutely amazing. It's just great to have those connections in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the thing that's going on. Sponsor a driver center. They're working up funds to cast the first wheels, and you can sponsor an individual section for as low as $500. So
There's another train.
they've got casters, and they're trying to cast the wheels this year. That's one of their goals for 2015. So that being said, the one more unfortunate thing out of Steamtown is 3713 is still in kind of sorry shape. I've seen pictures of it, and it's basically the world's largest 060 right now. And it doesn't have a cab, it doesn't have anything. Although it is, I guess the word
Do they
for
have the tender decking?
I guess the word for it would be it's good looking. Obviously, it's not anywhere near a whole locomotive, but it looks like they've done a lot of work on the body and stuff to get it ready. Like, it's ready to be sheathed and everything.
I think the Empire Builder's coming in. Looks like an Empire Builder on the
Oh, cool.
coaches.
Nice.
I'll get to see an Amtrak, sort of.
For once.
No, it might be an Autorack too. I can't tell.
Damn it.
No, it's an Autorack.
Up in Maine this week, the Maine narrow gauge is open for business.
See, this is why he's the Dream Crusher.
What?
Yeah, it's an intermodal.
Wah wah. Anyways, 2-foot gauge open for business. This week, April vacation week for them up there in Maine, and their annual meeting is on the 25th, so if you want to go talk...
Which is the 25th?
Yes, thank you. If you want to go, meet with them about... Or, if you want to go see them talk about what's going down at the Maine Narrow Gauge Museum, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on there right now with the building of the new yard and everything. Last big thing I have to cover is just a reminder: the Comedy Night in the Black River Railroad is coming up. So
Mish.
if you haven't got your tickets, get them now. And there's some MTA news, but it's not that interesting, so I don't feel the need to cover it. Maybe next week if I had less stuff. And he's passing it off to Weibold's gone, so Milky, you can go ahead.
Ooh, CP.
Milky, you
Okay.
deleted the thing I gave you.
Okay.
Milky!
One thing.
I gave you the 611 operation schedule.
Well,
I put-
that's on the NS website.
I put it down there and I separated it specifically so that you'd see it and I'd have a direct link to it still.
Huh.
Thanks,
Well
Milky.
then, my bad.
Anyways, continue.
Speaking of excursion schedules, Albany and Eastern has posted their official one,
Woo!
as well as acquired another new Dash 8.
Thank you, JDur.
You're welcome.
Another.
And they're
Who makes
also
the dash? Who makes the dash service? The dash lineup?
GE.
Oh, okay. I had no idea, honestly.
And I have some news from my friends on the 29-26. The projected completion of the superheater work is mid to late June.
The Empire
So
Builder going... Oh, sorry, Milky.
They're getting closer to getting the whole thing done, and I think they're anticipating 2016 to have it fired up.
Yay.
Excellent.
So much steam restored. It's like,
So,
and so much
on
not.
the website,
yeah.
sadly, the Empire Builder shouldn't be arriving into
Dark.
Until
St. Paul until 10 p.m. tonight,
Dark.
Central Time.
Is it already delayed?
Let me look.
It's not surprising.
Because, well, A, I wouldn't be surprised, and B, if it's already delayed, it'll be getting there at like midnight at best.
Dark.
Amtrak. There's this. Oh no.
But that concludes my
Concludes your stuff.
What the heck is this?
JDur, do you have anything to talk about in terms of your jurisdictions outside of the ones you've inherited from TJ?
I have one
Yeah.
thing, but I'll cover it in news.
No, go ahead, hit it now.
All right.
the name that you stole from me.
Fight!
I found it first, so shush.
No, I found this 2 days ago.
Whatever.
Kind of thing.
Anyway, for a while now,
It's 7?
not really much, not that much has been talked about with this locomotive for a while, but the Reading 2100 that, for I don't know how many years, a lot, was in storage up somewhere in Washington.
Good news, the Empire Builder is on
Wait,
time.
What?
What?
Okay, that's a typo.
Well, it really. Wait.
That's
Impossible.
the biggest typo I've ever seen. But
So this is the train that's scheduled to arrive at.
whatever. Let me talk.
We don't
Yes.
care about
10.
trains.
But
I
there.
have a point.
But yeah, the Reading 2100, which is one of the 4 surviving Reading T1s, was up in Washington in storage for I don't know how long.
10 years.
A while.
Yeah, a lot.
According to people in the Northwest Rail fans group on Facebook.
But it was up in storage, and
Honestly, 10
apparently,
years is a lot.
I guess the Midwest Railway Preservation Society in Cleveland and
Woo!
the American Steam Railroad, which apparently they're going to announce that they're going to formally announce the T1 restoration and everything on Monday, this coming Monday, April 20th.
And they're always moving the TV.
Yeah, they're shipping it to Cleveland on a flat car. Which, yeah. Woo. Give me Steam.
Give him
Give me
steam.
Steam.
Yeah.
I
I'm
gave
getting
the
it.
link to today's-
I'm getting a T1, guys.
Yay! Give me Steam.
Well, here in
Hopefully
the
they run it on, either Ohio Central lines or, NS mainline trips.
Who has room for it? Well, I mean, obviously NS does.
Yeah. Just, pair it with the Reading Heritage engine.
Just give it about 20 years, and there will be a nice steam engine in the Pacific Northwest. Give it 20 years.
Just 20 years.
Just 20 years. That's it.
That's not very
Give it-
much.
Give it 20 years.
I mean,
and
we'll
that's-
still be alive probably.
We should be.
Odds are.
unless
I might be doing something different. Well, hopefully I have, a railroad
Other than
job or
living,
Whatever. Hopefully I'll have, a railroad job or something.
And you'll be alive.
and
Yes.
yeah, that too,
Ghost train.
kind of necessary.
Mhm.
Alright. Ogeles.
So, for me on the RPO car, I will.
Nope, we're in local stops.
We're not there
Oh.
yet.
Oh, I knew that.
Give him another point.
I got it. I'm on it.
I already did it.
No.
2.
Okay, never mind.
We're interrupting.
No,
All right,
one.
go.
One.
No.
One.
No, we don't give.
Anything.
Alright, Ogeles, do your thing.
Don't have anything.
Okay. Well, Weibold in here. So, moving on to RPO car, and Ogeles go.
Okay, but it's not my turn.
Don't care, go.
Okay, so I have decided that my dad and I have decided actually that we were wanting to work to get rid of the quiet zones in my county. Reason being, in my county there are a lot of blind turn railroad crossings that are right after turns and you can't see after because there's a hill or houses in the way.
Put Braille in the road.
All they have is
What?
some sign.
Yes.
All they
I'm
have is a
giving you a
little
point
sign,
for the
and
incredibly
we always
stupid suggestion.
see that sign to be dented. So my dad says it's very likely if the crossings malfunction, then nobody's going to know if there's a train coming until the very last minute if it's going north. The south is fine, but going north, nobody's going to know if there's
Just
a
send
train
all the
coming.
trains south. That's it. That's an easy answer.
Or just
Oh.
put Braille in the road.
So we were deciding that we want to try and bring back the horn for the county. Reason and how we're going to do this is because when we went to a city council meeting for Boy Scouts, we learned that it was through Utah Transit Authority. I have
Yay.
less respect for them now.
Better than UTI.
I had no
And
respect
that-
for them, so
They
I know.
had started as soon as UTA opened, and therefore and UTA had put in the rule into effect. So we decided that if we were to contact UTA, they probably would say no. We're figuring that they would say no.
contact commuter rail.
Well, you can try. You know,
We
It's
can
worth a
try,
shot.
but if that doesn't work, I was thinking we probably
Call
get
Conrail.
away with starting a petition to get them removed.
Always start a petition. Petitions are good for you.
Kickstarter.com /save 94.
No,
No. All right, that's it. Pretty much.
All right. Well, I've got some stuff in the RPO car, and they actually sync up rather nicely. Although that's only because of the titles. Now, literally right after the podcast last week, on the day it came out, I noticed this. Firefighters battle electrical fire at Forest Hills. Now, this is along the main line in Boston. So, commuter rail, and Amtrak experienced significant delays after a 2-alarm electrical fire on the commuter rail and Amtrak tracks. Near the
Eey.
Forest Hills station, they had to send in fire trucks and stuff to douse the blaze. It looks to be right along the side of the tracks, too, so it may have been something to do with the actual pantograph system, the catenary system. Passengers on the Franklin and Providence line are being diverted into the Fairmount line. And of course, you can't really divert the Amtrak trains because they're electric, so they were probably moving through that section very slowly. Cannot extinguish until power off. There were a couple of tweets from the Boston Fire Department while the fire was going on, explaining what was going on. It took roughly an hour and a half to cut power off while the blaze continued. Burned insulation off the wiring. Unfortunately, though, no injuries to the fire were reported.
That's good.
And things are all good now because it's been 2 weeks since that happened. Potentially was caused by by a lightning strike. That's what they think. There hasn't really been an update on that. Now, remember how for a while, or every time the thing came up about, hey, it's from St. Paul. Every time the thing came up about the legislation and the back and crude, how I was saying that we'll get this legislation through that Force of the Oil Company to reduce the volatility or ship it in the pressurized cars. That legislation didn't pass. It didn't make it through. So we don't have. Basically, we're in the same situation we were before with trains blowing up, and apparently nobody's going to do anything about that. Thanks, Obama. There is regulation going through to try and mitigate damages from exploding oil trains, but there's not anything that's gone through yet that would be, the theoretical golden ticket of you just have to make sure they don't. You have to make sure the things you're shipping won't explode. Of course, this is following a string of explosions that most of which we did cover on the podcast in months past. But it's kind of disappointing that they didn't get through all the way. However, talk about things getting through. If you guys have ever heard of the High Line, it was a.
I think I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on Silverton High Line?
Happy 420 tomorrow. Just kidding, different High Line. So this is in New York City. There's a High Line Park, and it's a portion of elevated railway that is converted to BA Park. It's actually really cool. And they, of course, when it was originally built, they raised the tracks above street level to keep the to keep people and horses and cars from getting hit by the moving trains, because the line was actually fairly populous. Of course, it wasn't the original elevated line in New York, but it was kind of innovative because they sent it through buildings instead of alongside them. So you'd have your drop-offs directly inside the upper stories of warehouses instead of outside. And most of it was torn down, but eventually it they saved the section and turned it into a park, and it's really nice, as a matter of fact. It's a cool place to go hang out. They have it's the sort of urban revival stuff that you like to see. And finally, we can go to Chicago. Well, no, I still can't because Lakeshore Limited. I'll never get there. However, if you're in, where is it? Chicago and Indianapolis, there is a new operator. It doesn't give the name, I don't think, but they're working on upping both the frequency of the service and the speed of the service. There's a guy named Ellis, Ed Ellis. Actually, the thing is actually called Iowa Pacific Holdings Incorporated. President Ed Ellis told the Sun-Times Wednesday that improvements will include the addition of food and beverage service, Wi-Fi, and a new business class section, all within about 90 days from now. However, the big upgrades, which are upgrades to 12 trains per day, and
wow.
Yeah, from 4 a week to 12 per day. It's quite an increase.
Oh yeah.
And they want to lower the trip time from 5 hours to 3. Of course, they're going to run into the same roadblocks Amtrak has, which is dealing with the freight companies that currently own the rails, but hopefully this private company will have a better chance of getting through to them, and they certainly seem to have the drive to want to restore this service quite well. For now, though, it's still going to be operated by Amtrak, and the long-distance service is, of course, still operated by Amtrak.
I like the picture of the dining car that they're planning.
Oh yeah, it's cool looking.
Is that a dome?
Yeah. You guys,
Nice.
You guys should, check out this article here. Iowa Pacific is actually a,
road trip.
I guess you'd call fairly successful operating firm. It operates
yeah.
a passenger route in England and excursion trains.
In America.
Including a service from Chicago to New York, which I'd like to look into because that sounds cool. From Chicago to New Orleans, sorry, not New York.
Terminus meetup part 2.
I just read
Charter an excursion.
Yeah. If we could do a Terminus excursion, that'd be great. Anybody else have anything
It'd probably be like a speeder and like Magnus away carts. That's all we could afford.
Can I do Waggold's RPO?
No.
Oh,
there's stuff.
There's one more thing. So, you guys know RPI has an Alco reactor.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are alcoholics.
What?
You guys are alcoholics.
Boo!
Yeah,
Get
no,
off the stage.
boo,
Add
yeah.
a strike to the bet.
Give him a point.
That was...
Aww.
I got it. Boop.
Wait, Ellis, how do you have one?
I made a bad joke. Anyways,
What'd you say?
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
So, the this nuclear reactor, which is fairly low yield, if it went, sky high, there really wouldn't be that many problems. It's only got like a few fuel rods. So, we've got this reactor, and it's one of only a few reactors that college students can go into experiments in and on. Because it's one of only a few left owned by colleges. And for whatever reason, Alco built it, so frankly I don't trust it that much. But somebody bought up all the land around it, and it's theoretically possible that this thing could be shut down quite soon, as a matter of fact. So that'd be really unfortunate, but there really isn't. There's a petition going around, I believe. I signed the petition, so that's, I don't know how else I would help that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, nukes. Nuclear train. Weibold still hates the EPA.
But he's dead.
But he is dead. However, this subject we can make a statement on.
I
So,
hate it.
EMD,
The Electromotive Division.
the Electromotive Division, has dropped out of the locomotive building.
Race,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would say.
Hmm.
Their reason for dropping out is they couldn't reach the
Tier 4.
Tier
Tier
4.
4.
They couldn't reach the Tier 4 standards of
Efficiency.
efficiency as mandated by the Environmental Protective Agency. So, or the Environmental Protection Agency. So they've given up on building locomotives altogether, or at least for the time being, which leaves GE in pretty much a monopoly position. As Weibold pointed out earlier, and I mean before the podcast, a couple days ago when we were talking about it, it's really unfortunate for the people that run,
DMDs.
yeah, well, for the people that run MDs in general, and SDs specifically, because they're kind of ubiquitous at this point.
They're very reliable locomotives.
Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta hope they're gonna remain reliable, because I don't think you're gonna be getting spare parts for them anytime soon.
My aces, no.
Unfortunately, the only ones that I care about, you can't get parts for anymore.
Yes, I know, Milky.
We know.
Yeah, really anything, older than the SD40, you can't,
You see your parts
just-
for the SD60s.
You make the parts, or else you don't have them. You make them
Yeah.
on site, or you don't have them anymore.
Or you buy a new engine and scrap parts off of it.
I mean,
Cough.
You get the parts from somewhere else besides
You-
EMD.
you get
frankly,
the
if you're
parts from
buying a new
third-party
engine, I don't think you're going to
source.
be seeing the parts that match your old one that you couldn't buy replacement parts for. They generally make
Yeah.
replacement parts until long after the model is discontinued.
So I can go up to EMD and buy an SD7 turbocharged suit.
Not anymore.
Well, SD70s, SD70s, SD.
You probably couldn't
7s
since like the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, it's theoretically possible, but I don't know.
Oh. One way we got away with rebuilding those.
P&W.
No SP.
Didn't get away with washing them though.
They
Except
wa-
for the one time the engines went for a swim.
Just one engine.
Just one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was two.
I saw pictures of Queen SP engines.
Yeah, they clean
Yeah,
them.
but when
Clean them
UP
up
took
often.
when UP took when Rio Grande and UP got them, they didn't wash stuff.
Yeah. And same goes for Wheel Grandier's post SP merger. They weren't really washed.
Soviet Russia.
You should totally give JDur another shot.
No. In Soviet Russia, engine wash you.
Soviet Russia yield sign you.
Oh, there you are.
We finished covering
Nice.
the EPA thing for you, FYI.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you just missed that, but I did leave your stuff, so go ahead, save one.
Yay! We saved one, sort of.
We didn't really save one.
We are rebuilding the San Juan extension as a freeway. So
So
Thanks,
close.
Thanks, Obama.
very, very close. Also, I
So-
strongly side against the EPA on the.
Yes, I would figure.
That was
I
like
do
the one
too.
thing I was really looking forward to talking about.
Well,
Wait, what was
we,
it called?
I was
we
hoping
lit-
I'd be back before it.
We literally
Was it-
ran out of. We ran out of
Stuff to
any
do.
other stuff to talk about. It was like, well, this is
Yeah.
Question:
Oh, we
Yeah.
had.
which EMD model prime mover are they banning?
All
they're
Oh,
all of them that are not to a 4.0 emission standard, which is all.
Oh, I thought it was just the 710.
No.
Unfortunately.
All that are. Yeah, it is all EMD locomotives that are not to the emission standard, which is all EMD locomotives.
And,
Thanks, Obama.
I mean, you make it sound like they're singling out EMD locomotives, just locomotives that don't meet these emission standards.
Right.
Which there's
But
only
that
EMD
just,
or GE.
That just happens to be all EMD locomotives.
Yeah.
Iron
I
Horseman
mean,
locomotive.
there are
works.
some General Electric ones, but all EMD locomotives are no longer
Iron Horseman locomotive works.
Another story we had just this few days ago, on the 13th, I believe, we had a chemical train derailment in Colorado Springs. It was carrying fertilizer made from ammonia, and it caused quite an explosion scare.
Ooh,
People were fearing that it could explode at any time, which would not be.
I thought it.
Which would really not be bueno.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Quite frankly, that would not be great.
Are you sure about that?
But that about covers that. Cumbres and Toltec is going to start, Cumbres and Toltec is running its normal trains here starting in May. Durango and Silverton is ending their Cascade Canyon trips on May 1st as well. And then after that, they'll begin running for their summer season to Silverton.
Yay!
And recently, actually, the Georgetown Loop's current owner from the Colorado Road Museum is selling 3 steam locomotives, number 40, number 44, and number 8. Number 44 and 40 are both former Colorado Central 280 locomotives. 40 is in operable condition, whereas 44 is in pieces. And
Let's go buy 40.
Number 8 is not being sold by the Georgetown Loop. Number 8 is being sold by a firm in Canyon City that owns it, and it is former West Side number 8. So, there is that.
It's a big shay, isn't it?
It is a big shay. It's a 3-truck. I believe it's a 3-truck shay, 3 pistons. So it is quite a large locomotive.
Question?
Wait, what shays aren't 3 pistons?
Some T-boiler ones, Class A's or not Class A's.
Yeah, there's 2-truck ones.
Yeah, well, no, trucks is not equal to pistons.
Right.
Oh,
Cylinder ones. There's T-boilers usually are only 2, and then there's also whatever the boxy ones are.
Yeah.
It's like the shay's equivalent of the Class A Climax.
Do you guys know Cass has shays?
No way.
What?
Say
Question.
what?
in the
What?
picture of Ozark Mountain, of 40 where it's just the straight, side. What's the number 30 engine in the background?
Oh.
The number 30 engine. Let me see.
Yeah, with the green boiler and brass.
Dab
Or
Rasto.
not brass, gold.
I like gold.
Look gold.
Awesome looking. I like the green boiler.
I'm not a giant fan of it. As you guys know.
The K4s are green,
Yeah.
technically.
No.
All PLR locomotives were technically green.
Not all,
No.
but most of the passenger stuff.
Much of the freight stuff was.
Or they were Tuscan red.
No.
Yeah.
CNN. What?
I have mixed feelings about the PLR's various paint schemes. It's just not that good.
Yeah, I have unmixed feelings about yours.
Is Wild dead?
About mine.
Oh, sorry. No. I actually don't know what that number 30 is. I initially thought it was 346 because of the green boiler jacket, but I don't know. I've never
Under research.
seen it. I'm looking for photos right now and I can't find it.
Not knowing what a narrow gauge locomotive is?
Well, it might not be narrow gauge is the thing.
Oh.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
What
Oh,
is
it's
it?
this guy.
What
it's
is
the
this
beer
guy?
train. It's Das Beer Train.
Das Bier
Just Bier
Train.
Das
Hey.
Bier Train.
So what's drunk?
Yeah.
Link.
No, it's just the one. It's the one that I'm surprised it's over at the Roundhouse. Usually, it's on display with a string of
Course cars.
beer and reefer cars. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is also a consolidation. It just doesn't have the spark cars. It essentially is the same look of engine. It has a slightly bigger boiler with a slightly bigger smoke box cover on it, but it's
Link.
CNN, not CNN like whatever news network. CNN like C and N. I can't remember what that one stands for.
Like
but
C and N?
The news
Yes.
engine.
the news
Wait,
is
and
brought
what's
to
the-
you in the most liberal of ways.
The news engine in air quotes.
Yeah,
Wait,
inverted commas.
Oh wait, and what's the status on the 168?
168 is currently on
Limbo.
slight, is in slight limbo. Currently, they're trying to figure out when to move it. And along with trying to figure out when to move it, they need to get the money to move and restore it. Which, this is the big thing that halts a lot of these projects.
How much do they think they need?
It halts
650
like everything.
50 grand.
650 grand?
They need 650 grand, although that is a bit of a raw number considering that
they haven't really
some of
gotten it. They haven't like given the engine a thorough look.
Well,
see
that
what needs to be done.
that along with the fact that it's partially being funded by the state because it is the National Historic Landmark thing. They're giving a partial subsidy to it.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Also, the City of Colorado Springs, because it technically is their locomotive, they're also giving a small portion to it. And obviously, the Cumbres and Toltec isn't being a private company that's making money. It's not necessarily Broketown or the EBT. It does have a little bit of spending money to do this kind of stuff.
EBT.
So,
but not.
Yeah, it'll need to raise a little bit of money without a doubt. However, it probably won't take as much as 650,000. Sounds like.
Honestly, in terms of locomotive restorations, I'm not even sure that's, a huge amount.
It really isn't. Well, it was taken out of active service. It wasn't decommissioned or anything. It was literally one day rails were laid from the main line and it was brought under its own power onto that podium.
Yeah.
So it
legit.
just has been sitting out in the elements for a while. It needs new woodwork completely. I think it needs a new boiler. Is the big cost thing. The big cost one I think is it needs a new boiler.
Reminds me of my. Never mind.
1961.
Yeah.
It needs a legit new boiler, like not the one it was, not a replacement, like a brand new one designed from the ground up to not suck.
Thanks, PRR.
Thanks, Penzi. Hang on.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, IPA.
Ipa!
Ipa!
Sherpa.
Ipa!
Sherpa.
By the way, who's defending EMD in this upcoming?
Moi.
Alright.
Pretty much everyone.
Wait, this upcoming what? This upcoming.
Well,
Is that
I
what
wasn't
we're
going to say anything when you were gone, but sure, yes. That's precisely what it is.
We're doing diesel locomotive versus?
Yes.
Unit.
What?
Who's going to take the 44?
Nope.
Backs away.
One.
I can do it.
Oh, but I'm gonna lose.
If nobody else is gonna do it, I'll do it.
I mean, I'll do it too, but I don't know much about diesels. I mean, I'm sure you...
Except that Givos are
Coughs and sneezels spread them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diesels.
Thanks, Obama.
Sneezels.
I just say ES44s and SB70s, so.
Alright, well, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm still setting up the thing. I was busy looking for the... Kill some time, fools. In interesting ways.
Filler. Filler.
Minecraft 10-wheelers.
Cows go
This
moo.
is this filler. I remember that. It was... Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Alright, I misspelled winner.
Wiener.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I wrote winder. I'm sorry.
Winder. Yeah.
Open the window.
Open the winder.
Open the winder.
Open the window.
Alright.
Right.
Who's going to take the first shot?
Why about you can start?
Okay. What is your bore and stroke?
What?
Are you serious?
What?
I'm cross-referencing the two sheets. Never mind. One of them is in inches and the other is in millimeters. Why do you make us do this? Are you serious?
Wait, what?
The
Where is
bore
that?
and stroke on the ES44 is 250
Oh, I see it,
millimeters
I see
by
it, I see it.
320 millimeters. Why would you do it even by that? It's 25 centimeters by 30
Mine is in
centimeters.
inches. Ha!
America.
Hang on, let me get a calculator.
The stroke is almost a foot on these? Jesus.
I was gonna say.
That's a distance, like seriously
have
a
a-
distance.
We have an 11-inch. We have
Hang on,
11-inch.
let me find a calculator. I'll be right back.
We have a stroke of 11 inches.
Gotta be suck at this. Okay.
God.
You know, you can just use a universal calculator online. I'll give it to you.
Or Google.
Google works too. Well, he doesn't like Google
Bing sucks.
for some reason.
It's good at showing pictures, but not much else. Filler.
Yeah, filler's
Like-
still. Anyways,
Train.
Minecraft.
Okay, I got a calculator.
alright, you don't think you could... never mind. Oh, the camera's freaking out.
No.
Okay,
Train there.
over 12 is... Okay, so my bore is smaller.
Okay.
My
You-
bore is half the size times...
Fr-
32
Math.
Alright, 1-0 EMD. Agility's fire.
Okay. What is your maximum and minimum RPM?
Really out of my comfort zone here. Hang on, let me find it.
Let me guess. Let me guess. For Weibold, it's in like radians per second, and yours it's in RPM.
Yeah. Yeah. Maximum. Okay.
I don't know where that is on this sheet.
I can't
It's
find it.
it's
Oh, there it is.
just
It's
the
the,
third-
it's the
one
third
down.
thing. It's the third thing down.
It's under the bore and stroke.
Okay, 1050 and 450.
Hey, we have the same one. It's a tie.
No, you
Uh,
don't. I win.
Oh no, I'm looking
You
at the
fail.
wrong thing. Sorry, I'm looking at the G.
Wow.
Point for
You-
Locomotive Versus fail.
No, you lose.
Yeah. Give him a point. Give him a point.
I did.
No.
He's at 3.
Yes.
Good. All right, Weibold, fire.
How much horsepower do you have?
I don't even know where that is.
It's the
Down.
fourth thing down. You're literally just
What?
going from the top.
Oh, okay, 40. Dang it, you win by 100.
I do win by 100. What's your maximum speed?
70.
We push.
You're both 70.
What's your configure? We have the same configuration. How many traction motor blowers do you have?
Duction motor blower.
I don't think it's listed on that actually.
4. It says it in parentheses. We have 4.
Does
Ah.
it traction motor blower? Oh, it does. Delco
The
4.
44 has 6. You're up 3-1, Weibold. Keep going.
No!
Um,
Well, it's
what
my
is your
turn.
what is your starting No, it's not.
It's your turn when you win.
What's your starting tractive effort?
1 second. Whoopsies.
Christ, where is it?
One,
Open that.
191,000.
Okay, I've got 183,000. What's your continuous?
Wait, I won that.
I know, he won that one.
Sorry.
Oh, Dillies, go.
100. Well, my continuous is 150,000 at 12 miles per hour.
You shouldn't say that because I win with continuous at 166.
No.
Jill
And it's back in Weibold's court.
My turn. What air compressor do you have?
How are we supposed to know which one is better?
It'll be an arbitrary choice on style point.
I'm gonna say
Gardner
that
and
Westinghouse
Denver.
is better because it's more widely known and more easily.
Yeah, I have
repeatable.
Westinghouse.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh no, I have Gardner Denver.
Yeah, I would give the style point to Denver, but no.
But you're not on
Westinghouse-
his side.
Yeah, no.
You're
Westinghouse
fighting
is more easily repairable.
Oh come
Denver
on!
Plus, Westinghouse is an international standard, and by international I mean Canada. So,
Alright, I'm gonna...
What about the Mexicans?
what is your
Weibold's gonna win.
fuel oil? Very bottom looking area.
Is that gallons, I would assume?
You're beating me by
Yes.
100 again.
Ooh,
Keeps
5,000
beating me by
gallons.
really, really small
How
increments.
much
those guys GE?
lubricating oil do you have?
Are you purposely looking on?
Yes, Ogeles, because this is how you win at Locomotive Versus. You call
Well,
out statistics
you're
you
not-
know you win at.
That's cheating.
I said a while ago you're not supposed to be looking at the opponent's data sheet, but nobody listens to me.
Oh.
Weibold cheats.
Okay, well then what's your lubricating oil? Hey, you were looking at mine too.
No, I wasn't.
You,
Yeah,
you
you
actually
were- you-
pulled a statistic from mine.
5 points, Achilles. 5 points.
Don't give him 5 points.
How much
4.
lubricating oil do you
Has
have?
4.
Give Weibold a point as well.
That's not fair.
Okay.
Hey, what? Okay,
You
fine.
guys are terrible.
Milky Ogeles is up to 4 points.
Yeah.
Come on, he gave me too many.
It's not as bad
What
as
is
TJ.
your
Keep going.
lubricating oil?
I'll tell it for him, it's 420.
Okay, I got 450. So, win.
All right.
What is your minimum turning radius?
Oh my god. Radios.
Radios.
29 and you have 21. Solely because the
I'm looking at the
SSD
opponent's
is
data
a
sheet.
little bit longer.
So we win there.
Webbles,
I'm gonna-
you made EMD
21.
look bad. Why couldn't
21.
you have just? Why couldn't you have just
Us-
made
us-
EMD win? Because EMD is better.
21.
If you look at what's going on historically right now, EMD did not win.
I was gonna say, they're not winning here, and they're not really winning in real life. As much as I do love EMD,
But it all
winning, I
comes
do
down
GG.
to the votes.
Mhm.
In both
It comes down.
in
It
both
comes down to both, as
situations.
a matter of fact. But I'm going to kick the ball back into Ogeles' court and ask, how many were built for both of you?
Oh,
Ooh.
Mhm.
Why does it say that?
Quantity.
it's below your first section.
5.
I have 653.
Jader interrupted,
Win.
and I couldn't hear. So.
Yeah, well, he's Weibold said 635. How many do you make?
653 actually.
653.
So Jader gets a point
Why does Jader get a point?
for mindlessly grumbling and making it impossible to hear anything.
I can't. So how many were made?
Yes, quantity
Yes.
built.
I don't see.
Okay, it's
14.
1435. You get go. It's your turn.
Well, that's up to for April of 2003. So
Go.
okay. What is your distance between truck centers?
Or dispense between truck centers.
What's
is, let me find it. Distance between truck centers. Where do I find it? Oh, here we go. 53 feet and 0 inches.
47 feet and 10 inches. I don't know which one is better.
Huh.
I assume it would be better to be
That's
shorter.
puzzling because we have a better turning radius.
Yeah, I thought it would be because you're longer.
I was gonna say, yeah. So we're
I don't know.
you win.
I guess I'm gonna give Ogeles the
Yeah.
point for being shorter.
Sure.
So who's winning? Are we tied?
No,
No.
you're down 4-8.
Ooh.
You can do this.
You could
What is
do
your
it.
cab width?
Really? We're down to dimensions of the cab is 10 foot 3 inches.
10 foot 3 inches.
Okay, that pushes and it goes to me.
What? How does that push and go to you?
Because I take it.
No.
Stealing it. What's your wheel
We're the
diameter?
same.
Wait, no. Were you both 10'3" inches?
Yes.
No, Ogeles, continue.
Err.
Wheel diameter 42 inches.
42 inches.
Come on.
Ogeles, do you have a statistic that you think you can beat him in?
Ugh.
Your engines are exceptionally similar.
Yeah.
Here, I'll throw you a bone. Number of cylinders.
Okay, hey, that's the third bone you've thrown him.
He
Stop
needs
it.
them.
Stop it. No, you don't get to throw him bones.
Where is the number of cylinders?
He chose to defend it.
He's still not gonna win.
Well, yeah. You will if you keep throwing him bones.
No, even the actual number is gonna run out at some point.
Number of cylinders. I can't find it.
Can't find it either.
Check the
21.
first statistic.
Oh, we have 16.
12.
Get wrecked.
Okay, what's your
Cackle,
gear
cackle.
ratio?
He's still.
What's your gear ratio?
Evil Raptor.
Jesus
Gear
Christ.
ratio. I can never find it.
50
It's
down.
under
I don't
main
feel like doing the
generator.
math on this one.
Hang on.
Oh, 70 to 17.
And the higher number would be here?
I guess so.
Okay, we win. With 4.11 to 4.15.
That's not a
Maybe
higher
those-
number.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you
We have
listed,
the
you listed
4.15. We
his
have-
first.
Sorry, yeah. We win.
Okay, but now it's all up to the votes, not the.
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, come on!
Technically, that should have been his question.
Can I ask?
You have dynamic braking.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jader.
What is the total weight of each of your engines?
I don't know if we have that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Where?
we do.
It's under traction motor-
blowers.
Yeah, it's under traction motor blowers.
Okay, what's your weight?
4,008. 408,000.
408,000 or 480,000?
408,000.
Okay. We have 432, but they are called heavy hauls, so I'm not sure where to call that.
I'm gonna go with the. Obviously, these are mostly operated by Class 1 railroads, so they can do with a heavier locomotive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the heavier locomotive.
So we win there.
How? What?
Because-
Lighter
Because it's better to be lighter on a smaller line, but heavier on a larger line. Because
If
larger
you
lines.
can handle,
Yeah.
if you can handle the weight, it's good to have it. Really, it's only good to be light if you're on, like, say British loading gauge
Triple
or a
peaky.
small narrow gauge line, because you can't bear that weight.
or the mommy and western or the.
Yes.
the
They
other-
can't handle anything.
They can hardly handle a train.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't just go up to the track and kick it, and the entire thing falls apart.
Pretty sure they've done that.
Yeah,
It's being held together with duct tape.
Yeah.
That's how we
No,
think.
man.
That's how we fix things in America.
What is your
Unfortunately,
sand
If you can't fix it
capacity
with duct
level?
tape, you're screwed.
Sand
Or sa-
capacity.
Our sand capacity is 40 cubic feet.
40 cubic feet.
Okay. Well, it's
Alright. I
okay.
think
It was my turn to
Do you
know.
think it's
Yeah, I
time
think.
to call the votes?
Hang on.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Trying to
Let's
come up
vote.
with a style point.
What's your style point that you're still in production?
Canadians. Yeah, and we're still in production, and we're not illegal, and we meet emission standards.
Oh meh.
Boo.
That doesn't.
Boo.
Thanks, Obama. Not.
Hey, we might be biased against it personally, but this is a more
Yeah, but-
modern and better performing locomotive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what the points are for, not the style. That's what the regular
That's
points
true.
are for, not the style points.
Oh, wait,
Okay, well
do
then
you
I'm going to
guys
call a
have any
regular
style-
point on emissions.
Do you guys have?
I'll
any
give you
style
that
points?
Come
Okay.
on.
That's
can't
fair.
think of
If you're going to make me call a regular point on it, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to call a regular
Oh
point
yeah,
on
no,
emissions.
because it's a completely valid thing as a regular point.
Okay.
If you want to
Okay.
score it that way.
Fair enough. All right,
Wait,
I'm
So-
done.
do
Voting.
you guys have
please.
any style points for each of your engines? I can think of at least.
We have engines in
For
our
the-
hair. We
Wait,
have
who
the
got
heritage
who got stuck in the
desert.
coal dumper?
The
Uh,
FC70.
Come on.
All right, free point for them.
What? Hang on, I'm looking it up. I'm looking up.
I can think of one style point for the Gevo. It's a slightly different model of the Gevo, but FEC has these, and let me find a picture of it.
Well, if it's a different
See.
model, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing, but I just want to throw this out there.
The most wonky locomotive versus ever when you put a bunch of steam guys in a competition about diesels.
I
Oh
was gonna
yeah.
say, we're just dysfunctional here.
Here's a decent picture.
Then again, because we're so good the rest of the time.
Yeah, here are
That's
the
true.
At least the rest of the time we know something about what we're talking about. We really don't know that much about the
FEC
diesel.
just got these, like
Well, they don't
maybe a
count
few
because
months
they're
ago.
a different model.
Yeah, but they look cool.
Yeah, well, they don't count towards
They're-
the Gevo.
They look plastic.
They do look plastic. They look like the daylight.
All right, so my style point is we have so many all the
Daylight
heritage.
Part 2
We
confirmed.
have more heritage units than the Gevos do. The
Mhm.
Gevos only have NS heritage units on representing them. The
Yeah,
S-
they have-
Actually, we have more NS. By that logic, NS heritage units are more plentiful than UP ones.
Oh yeah.
well, right, but most heritage units for American railroads belong to
The
To
one
Most-
that's-
Yeah, to
right,
NS.
But
You're not
by,
gonna win
by
here.
logic, us.
if you add
There are
the
16
SC70
SC70s in heritage paint, 10 Gevos. There.
So we have that style point.
I suppose that's good.
More heritage units, I guess.
Sure.
Wait,
Wait, which one is the Conrail heritage unit?
The Gevo.
Shut up.
Almost just removed a point from the Gevo.
No, you can't do that.
Why would you got Conrailed?
Yeah, Conrail.
You got the
Alright,
tracks
let's-
torn up from
Okay,
beneath
you want to do that? Conrail owned the EMDs because they've been around a little bit longer.
Okay,
All right,
let's
Everyone gets
votes.
0 points because Conrail.
Okay, then yeah.
No.
All right,
go,
let's vote.
let's go for the votes. I don't know. I'm honestly partial to the 44s.
I'm not sure what to vote at.
This is a tricky one because on opinion we all basically vote for the same one. However, statistically there is a clear winner.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of personally, anyway, vote against the winner.
I just voted for the 44s.
Right, you did, but personally.
I don't want to be the bad guy, Ogeles. I'm going to give you one
what do you
pity
mean
vote.
personally?
I don't
Oh
know.
wow, JDur, you would vote for me.
That was
because you
personal
feel-
for me.
Okay.
Uh,
Then
I
besides
would have
Ellis,
voted for anything EMD.
Except for that it's
voted
not.
for EMD.
All right, Milky.
I hate that C70 exists, but I'm gonna give you a pity vote because EMD.
2 pity votes.
Therefore, we win.
Okay. We still win
71
because
with a point.
statistics.
All right,
You still win statistically.
remove a point from each of your scores at the top.
Alright, Ogeles, you're down to 3. Weibold, you have nothing.
Woo.
Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Boo.
All right, moving right along to stuff that's smaller than what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Would I be after live stream or before live stream?
What?
You'd be
I think
you'd
it's
be
live
you'd be,
stream,
you'd be
everyone-
whenever it's convenient.
Okay.
But yeah, so we can move right into model railroading. I actually haven't been down to the Nebula, but I hear we have a working door now.
Yay!
Apparently, it's got that railroad sign on it.
Woo.
Yeah.
That railroad sign.
That railroad sign.
Weibold saw there was at one point we had one of those yellow railroad crossing
Crossbuck.
signs.
Crossbuck.
Ah,
Yeah, yellow crossbucks attached to the side of the building.
Buck.
But it was taken down, and now it's back up on the door, I think.
yay.
Speaking of the Nebula, though, I got asked a question last episode regarding what we do during op sessions and what's the deceivingly complicated
The noob killer.
the noob killer, it's called, because it ensnares you. So we have the New England, Berkshire, and Western as a model railroad actually has 2 fictional railroads in it. There's the NEBW that runs the whole thing, and then there's the Odensburg and Lake Richelieu, which runs out of the northernmost town and directly into staging.
Woodensburg.
Richelieu?
And yeah, I know. We instead of Lake George, we call it Lake Richelieu for some ungodly reason. I don't know.
Thanks, New York.
Richelieu. Richelieu? What you talking about, Richelieu?
So
Sounds like a Pokemon.
There-
Richelieu.
there is one train from the ONLR that's featured in the op sessions, and it runs out of staging, switches some cars, and then runs back into staging.
Mhm.
Whoa!
Sounds simple, right?
Pity up.
Not quite. So, the problem with it is, first of all, you come out forwards with the engine facing forwards and the caboose behind you. You run into this town, into the middle of
Aboard.
the town, and there are sidings all over the place that are switched by the ONLR. To get to those sidings, you have to cross the NEB&W main line. So you have to call the dispatcher and have him clear you across the main line, and then you press a button to activate the current for the it's just a regular crossing. It's not like a crossover or a switch. You have to hit that to switch the current, and then you can drive the train across, and then you can release it. However, once you get to the other side where most of the switches are, you then have to figure out how to switch the cars in and out, and then run around your train, and then get the caboose behind you and leave back the way you
Run in
came.
reverse.
However, the switching is awkward because you only have the sidings, and the only runaround loop is on NEB&W track. So when you need to actually use the runaround loop, you have to call the dispatcher, get clearance, cross the main line, the actual main line, not the crossing. You have to switch onto the main line and run around your train,
Oof.
and then go back. And depending on how skilled you are, you may have to do this multiple times. And so this is the one where the people come in, it's like, oh, it's a little job, it'll be easy. It's not. People get stuck with this, and because the railroad becomes so busy, a lot of times you'll just sit there waiting for dispatcher clearance, and because you won't have anything to do. You know, the trackage is so limited up there.
Mm.
Also, this was the job that Lee got. He's,
Oh, no.
He's assigned to this train in the op sessions. So they needed a smaller steam engine to handle it, and also that added the complication of having to turn the engine around.
Oh.
So-
reverse.
So you had to go into the NEB&W yard and use their turntable.
Well,
just run in reverse.
Yeah, I know. I was sort of petitioning for that. I was like, well, we've got a backing light. It's not a really big deal. They tried it once, and half of the engine storage tracks were kind of a work in progress anyways, and the turntable didn't work. So it was like, yeah, we'll just let you run in reverse.
Yay!
TJ.
TJ would be proud.
So yeah, no,
I am proud.
We couldn't spin the engine around because the turntable wasn't working, but Weibold at least got spun right round.
yeah, we did get spun right round on the narrow gauge network. We got our turntable working.
Yay.
So, woo! Trouble is, it just about broke itself. Seriously!
What?
I'm texturing the boiler for the Tahoe, and I'm not having a great time with it.
Extra books or
It is. Well, it's on par right now because it is really upsetting me.
At
Okay,
least
that better
at least you
work.
guys got a turntable working.
We did get the turntable working. It was fantastic, except for the fact that it broke itself on the first time around.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
God.
It was like the pit was a little bit too small, so it's like going. Is this supposed to be going like? Oh, there it goes.
Oh no. That's
We got some Gorilla Glue on that and got it fixed though. So woo.
That's funny. It reminds me of because you said the original control system was, just like a controller that you'd hooked up to a motor to run the turntable back and forth.
Yep.
And that reminds me of the St. Johnsbury turntable, which it used to be really nice and detailed, and now it's just a turntable. Now it is just the flat part. All of the railings and stuff has been demolished by accidental. Someone bumped the control and it turned with the train half on it and wrecked half of it. It's we have not put Gorilla Glue on it because it's not worth fixing. It just keeps getting broken.
Wow.
We just have
Thanks,
the turntable.
Rhode
We don't
Island.
have the
Thanks, Rhode Island. Oh, Strasbourg.
Strasbourg. Oh my god.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Strasbourg, not really speaking of Strasbourg.
Speak of
JDur.
Strasbourg. Of course.
Whatever. Okay, for my model railroading.
You got
Well, I'll start from the beginning here. Basically, this summer I have a job of mowing grass every weekend.
Grass.
You know, $20 a week, and for the first 6 weeks, I'm mowing 2 people's lawns, so I get $50 a week.
Yay! Wait.
So hopefully in a few weeks I can get a sound value, or as Milky calls it, sound quote unquote value.
What about saving
know,
up for that new computer of yours?
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, JDur.
What
Yeah,
about
JDur.
Mountain?
I'll have money.
And Benny.
He doesn't have to be a prostitute anymore.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm in my natural habitat on a lawnmower.
Oh, for me.
That's your. Never
I'm
mind.
just on a tractor.
Hang on.
Okay, continue, JDur.
All right, but I'm saving up for new computer and a sound value, or Milky says sound quote unquote value.
Well, it
Deep
is
7.
valuable because it's very nice.
Oh yeah, the sound value stuff's well
Even
done.
I say that.
Man,
Oh,
you're
good.
Mr.
Yeah.
Overpaying.
Yeah,
Shut
you're
up, Mr.
Mr.
Broadway
Oh,
Limited.
Broadway Limited.
I can.
No,
I can.
I'm Mr. Broadway Limited. That stuff is swag.
It is nice. It's just really expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's
High five,
ridiculous.
I can bring out the mountain if you want the mountain.
No,
Meh.
Oh.
get a Jeep 7
I'll
or
get a T1.
whatever I feel like. F7, whatever.
Woo.
My mogul is now named Jack.
Yay.
Jack,
Whoa.
Jack,
Jack and
no,
Lee.
go.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Sounds like
for
some
the-
70s kung fu star.
Jack and Lee.
Jack and Lee.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's funny? I was
Crime
looking at,
fighting team, Jack and Lee.
I was looking at the Iron Horseman
Or
doc
maybe
the
I
other
should
day,
name him Bruce.
and
Bruce.
I was
Personally.
looking at the names of the engines and stuff, and I
Bruce
was like,
Lee.
huh, we have Matthew, Mark, Lee, and Johnson.
Bruce.
Like,
We just need a Luke.
yeah, I
And
know.
a Bruce.
Well, I mean, I was trying to. Johnson obviously isn't one of the oldest engines. I was trying to remember, like, there was someone. I had someone. Just continue. I need to go find this again.
Okay, have fun with that. I want Blackstone to come out with their K-36 already.
Maybe I should name him Bruce. So if I go to visit
Bruce
Ellis,
Lee.
we can have. Yes.
Everybody
Bruce.
was kung fu fighting.
I'll have like a car with a Bluetooth speaker. Oh yeah, that. Yeah. Actually,
Speaking of which, the
that's
playlist
one of my
is
projects
getting
too.
great.
Get a small Bluetooth speaker and fit it in a boxcar.
Wait, is
Playlist
that
get it.
playlist an actual like YouTube playlist?
No, it's an actual iTunes playlist.
Oh.
It's gonna be
It
great.
costs money. Alright.
Matthew, Mark, Lee, and Gabe, the oldest engines.
Yeah.
I mean, you get
Well,
Matthew,
well-
Mark, and then it kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Alright,
Matthew, Mark, and
okay.
Lee, and John. Son.
Good job.
Eugene.
Eugene?
Eugene Krabs.
Arr. I'm Eugene Krebs.
Yar, fiddle-dee-dee.
I've been thinking about joining the Eugene Mall Railroad Club.
Woo!
Because Eugene is like 45 minutes from here, I think. And I'm also thinking about saving up for an HF Skill Mark. Which, for those that don't know and are new to the podcast, is the Western Pacific TS 2910 wheeler.
How much was one of those run?
I think you should save up to fix your car.
Also,
Yeah, that's what
that
you
too.
should do. You should
Yeah.
save your car.
Although, also, Milky,
Yeah.
I just realized something. You're not really in a position to be saying sound quote-unquote value, considering you run DC locomotives made by Tyco.
He has a
Correct.
point there. That should be a strike to
Or,
Milky.
or saving up for particularly much considering somebody owes me.
Yeah.
As well as you should probably save up to fix your car as opposed to getting
I'm
someone.
more worried about the car than I am about the hotel right now, but because we
Yeah.
have
the car is the thing you don't need to worry about.
Yeah, we have the hotel. Milky, I need a ride from the. We need to be able to get from Eugene to Train Mountain.
I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest to find a job.
Well, and don't save up your money and then get a sound value mark.
Yeah, we get it.
Mow grass.
Yeah, mow grass.
Oh wait, no.
Why not?
That only applies to me.
No,
Mow grass
everyone
every
can mow
day.
grass.
I mow grass.
It's so easy, Ogeles can do it.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Smoke weed every day.
Even I know that's
Hit
true.
like a tank train, it's gonna blow up. Thanks, Obama.
It's just going by the boom.
It's like you just see an explosion in the background.
Anyway,
Okay, that's good footage.
Yeah. Boom. The train will be sunk, just like the Boostanic.
Boost. Boost. Boost.
I wish we could get pictures of this thing, like.
What is the
I mean,
Boostanic?
I have them. I should. I should
It's
think about like
probably
putting them up in
heading
the
to
background of the
North
podcast
Dakota Oil farms.
when we talk
Oil
about the
please.
Boostanic.
Oil
The
Terminus.
Boost.
Anyway,
Wait, hang on. What is the Boostanic?
the Boostanic is the new name for Weibold's caboose that he's been working on.
Oh,
The NDR.
oh yeah, because it's gonna kill you at Train Mountain.
because it's gonna capsize and I will capsize it.
Mm-hmm.
no,
I
it's
will-
gonna mug you on the ride there.
I will sink the Boostanic. It's yellow.
Hello.
Hurrah!
In other words, it's just going to have better test scores than I do.
Oh.
Oh.
Ouch.
And there go all the Asian
Yeah.
viewers.
We still pretend like we have viewers.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
also
There's that little voice again. What is it saying?
It's saying, get off the air.
Oh,
Get off the stage.
Boo.
this podcast is better than the Roundhouse.
Yes.
No, it
because
really
we can
is.
Terminate.
Shut up.
I actually watched an episode of The Roundhouse the other day. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Where they
It
calm
gets a
down.
little bit boring at times, but
It's well done. I'll say that. It's well done.
It's professional.
it is extremely
yeah.
well done, and it is extremely professional. It just gets... I wouldn't really
yeah,
watch
it's just
it
like an
for the-
interview. It's not like a.
Right.
Yeah.
I
What's the
might
word?
listen to it in the car or something, but I wouldn't, watch it to have it to
Take
playing. Or,
in what's going on.
right.
Yeah, I have podcasts like that. There are certain podcasts that I will put on specifically when I'm going to listen to them,
Yeah.
and that's normally the ones that I put on like when I'm working on the Iron Horseman route, which I recently just merged.
Hey.
Save it for V-Scale. Ogeles has some stuff.
Yeah, I have some stuff.
Yeah, we've been bumping back and forth already.
That was a perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
So-
so give JDur a point for interrupting the segue, and
Oh.
go ahead.
So, I'm ahead now. Jadur's winning strikes. I don't have to go first.
I wouldn't call it winning.
Yeah, it's not winning. So,
So,
the Hostler Model Railroad Festival was last month, and
The Hustler Model Railroad Festival.
no. So the Hostler Model Railroad Festival was last month. It was pretty successful, although attendance was down from last year,
Wah, wah.
but mostly because the weather was nicer than it was last year. And yeah, and now we also come along to Bad Club Part 2. So,
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun. So basically, I made a little mistake and put the in it. I'll take some
did
of
you
the
get thrown out?
no, but I do take some of the blame for this. It was kind of my fault.
Mhm.
So
Kind of.
it was pretty much my fault.
Yeah, but they probably yelled at you a lot more than they should have.
Yeah, it was
I was
my.
gonna say I'm
but
not
they
siding
don't.
with them by any reason, but something is telling me that it is
So
slightly.
it was my fault, but so as I was getting ready, it was day 2 or day. It was day.
two in the village.
It was day 1. After day 1, we put my Union Pacific Mountain in the correct case, and we put the mountain away, and we put and I had my cars out. My dad must have, because there were some other older Union Pacific cars next to them that belonged to another guy, and then I had the newer, sleeker cars, Union Pacific Pullmans that I was running with my mountain, and my dad, I had them sitting next to theirs, and my dad confused them with ours, and he put them away. So the next thing, the guy
Dun,
asked
dun,
if
dun.
you take your cars on accident, and we did, and we got him out, and I made the stupid mistake of putting the cars, like 2 cars in one hand, right next to each other, and the guy got mad at me.
Oh.
Not the guy, the owner, but another guy. He got mad at me for holding them wrong because it ruins it. In quotes, it ruins the grab irons on the cars.
Nah.
It does, but
Who's
No,
gonna
it's-
notice that?
If you're-
It's not about who's going to notice it. It's just
When I think
it is
ruining
common, it is
grab
common
irons, I
courtesy
think
to not. It is common courtesy to not do that. However, it is also common courtesy to not be evil.
And the guy comes to
Good
me and
excuse.
said,
when I think ruin a train, I think like smashing it, like driving it off the edge of the table.
yep. That reminds me of something.
And I gave the guy a little slack because he has anger issues. It's not the first time he's lashed out at someone.
Punched a baby.
It's a sound that makes me punch.
But he yelled at me, and then he came over and said that, if you're not going to hold your cars right, or if you're not going to pay the respect to other people's trains that they deserve, then you can't be part of. They shouldn't be
Oh,
part
if
of.
we're gonna get into deserving respect here, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, you're really not.
Mhm.
You don't deserve any respect if you're gonna
I
act
really
like
hope
that
these
around
people
a
don't
kid.
watch this podcast.
I really don't care.
Mhm.
I really don't care either. And he says that if you're not going to pay more respect for other people's trains, then you just can leave the club.
It's not.
I mean,
It's-
I understand the respect and all that kind of stuff, but he's not openly trying to disrespect anything.
Well, my point in saying what I just said is not that I want. It's not that I don't. Rather, it's not that
For
I care
Ogeles' sake.
about them thinking ill of me. Yeah, I just don't want Ogeles to be thrown out.
yeah,
Like
that's definitely
like when we talked about Person X, it was fine because Person X did not have the ability to throw either TJ or I out of the club. And in fact, well, we all know how that went. But
Pity vote.
Yeah.
inverse
And,
actually.
He yelled at us,
Interestingly
and then the owner of the cars actually came over, and he came over and we said we were sorry, and he forgave us.
okay,
And
at least
we're
somebody
cool with
knows
him.
how to chill.
We're cool with that guy. That guy wasn't mad, but we're
The other guys need to learn like how to chill.
the other guys. Yeah.
How
So-
does one be nice?
Not that way.
Model Railroad Club Part 2, the continuing saga.
Bum,
That's
bum,
our-
bum,
of the
bum, bum,
hate
bum,
club.
bum, 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 bum.
That work?
All right, that's it. Actually, no, it's not it.
Wow. Good job.
I wanted stuff from the train show. Jivo.
Ick.
That there was a Intermountain Jivo because I've never had an Intermountain in my life, and I wanted an Intermountain, and I didn't have any Jivos to run with my Ace. So I was like, I need a Jivo, and I forgot to bring money of all things. So I ended up not getting the Jivo, although I
It was
did get
prostitution.
some. I did get some of the cases.
On the
You know those
spot.
phone cases. Those phone
Yo, let me
phone
go get my
cases that you
hooker
put your
costume out
cars-
of the trunk.
JDur,
My sexy policeman
that should be a
costume.
point for interrupting me.
Nah.
And
I was talking in the
you know those little phone cases that you put your cars in? Those
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
No.
I'll see if I can find a picture.
They're
But
like,
like-
I mean-
little
I
jewel
mean,
cases.
I'm sure I do. I just don't use them.
I don't use it. Heck, I transport my stuff to and fro in a shoebox, including the locomotive.
I transport Lee on a piece of my roommate's
You
chair.
transport him zip tied to a piece of plywood.
It's not plywood. It's my roommate's chair.
Oh.
And it's actually zip tied to a piece of track that I borrowed from the NEB&W, which is masking taped to the chair. Part.
and we got some of those, and now we're starting to put our cars in there for better care. And
Yay.
yay! So this is a picture of the cars. FYI,
The cars.
the car,
Wait,
the
question.
car holders.
How much was the GV you were gonna get? How much was it?
It was like one something. I think it was like $1.90.
$1.
Oh, one of these.
$1.98.
$1.98.
Again, like a jewel case you'd carry,
Yeah.
professionally type grade stuff.
Oh, it's like this. It's like this. It's this
I-
same brand and everything.
I think the degree of seriousness with the guys in the club and transporting stuff like this is one guy transports his stuff in a shoebox that has a logo for the Disney Channel on it. Like, we
That's what I
basically
would
just
do.
bring them in anything we can find.
That poor man.
Yeah.
It's-
Just carry
that box
everything in a
is-
shoebox.
Was it
and have the
like
boxes
his
for the
daughter's
trunks.
shoes or something?
I don't know. He's
Then-
too old to have his daughter watching
No.
the Disney Channel, though.
Granddaughter's shoes?
I love
Wait,
you dearly,
wait.
Dave, but yeah, if I had to guess it, I would guess granddaughter's shoes.
He
My
opens the
granddaughter
box. It
shoes.
has like little kid shoes in there.
I love you dearly,
Where
Dave.
are my
but
trains?
Give me Steam.
Give me
Anyways.
Steve. All right, that's it for me.
Anyways, people are giving her Steam, but Endermen are taking her track. I was showing off the CNRI to my sweet mate who is going to become my roommate, and I'm trying to entice him into coming on the server because he played Minecraft in the past. And he I was driving the whole thing because I had to run up and get some bricks to finish Union Station, which is done with an asterisk because the interiors aren't quite done, but it's done. And I just wanted to
Ish.
say, Weibold, ha!
what, ha?
You said it couldn't be done. You
That's
called me
true.
crazy.
That's true. Well, I did also think we were crazy for building 5 miles of Rails of War Track, or
Yes, that's
5,
true.
6
We're building
kilometers
3
of it.
kilometers. We're
That-
building like a mile and a half.
Hey, so
Have you measured that, or are you just pulling
no.
numbers?
They actually measured that out. They were
Oh, wow.
surveying earlier.
Neat.
Huh.
Yeah, good luck to them.
Living like Larry.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Living like Larry.
It's basically, it's literally just a straight shot.
Or dying like Penn Central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Penn Central is dead.
We drowned it
You
a
drowned,
lot,
you drowned a lot.
or at least I did. Because
I should just
no
make
one
you-
else from Penn Central decides to help me.
JDur, when's your birthday?
It was a few weeks ago.
Damn it.
Wow.
Even the universe.
I should have made you a diving helmet. Been like, here, don't die.
Point to Ellis.
What?
He forgot my birthday.
Eh.
Well, to be fair, all of us forgot your birthday.
Hell, I
Point
forget
for
my
everyone.
birthday. No, I don't.
Milky's birthday is exactly a month before mine, and that's how I
2,
remember.
4. There.
Fine.
Wait, Milky, what day is your birthday? Isn't it December?
Ow.
Isn't it November 13th?
No. Nothing.
No. Okay.
Well, then you don't remember that very well at all.
Anyways, I was driving past Minyong Junction, and I was just sort of looking around and telling him about it, and I was looking away, and I looked back just in time to see the track not being there, and then, you know, I died.
Yeah.
The engine hit the ground, rolled across the gravel, hopped back on the tracks, and kept going. So then I had to chase it down. Or rather, intercept it from the other way. Everything went fine. Everything went just fine. I ended up getting my stuff back, but I still haven't repaired the track, I don't think. I haven't been running up and down, I haven't been on. I've been working on the terminal when I have been on.
Wait, what is... Can somebody answer me what this picture is?
That's a penis.
No, it's not.
What is what?
This is a collection of pictures on monocasse railroad hard case foam.
Oh, okay, now it showed me. Oh.
What is it?
Oh.
What? What?
Link us because Ogeles' link isn't working.
No, it's the same link. It just took a little while for it to load all the pictures and scroll all the way down. He's
What?
Wow. It's a Santa Fe Streamliner looking speeder.
It's got like a horn on the top and everything. It's got
Can I buy that?
Lights. It's got
Interesting.
Can I buy that?
Can't find it.
Privately owned. So
Can I buy that from that guy?
Alright, here's a better link.
I'll give him $20 for it.
Thank you.
Okay,
This is hilarious.
And what else?
It's got like ditch lights and it's got lights and it's got a horn.
Fantastic.
I technically have a streamliner.
So we can talk a little bit about... actually, we'll end this off with the Iron Horseman Chronicles, because we've done quite a bit as of late. Milky, go ahead and talk about your non-IHC stuff.
My non-IHC stuff.
Yeah.
What is IHC?
Iron Horseman Chronicles.
I'm thinking there's a T in front of it.
I'm on it.
No.
There.
No.
Who added CB and Q to my possible terminations? Get out of here.
Okay.
Oh, that was
okay. The Midwest's Invertobath.
God damn it. Get out of here.
The Invertobath of the West.
They should have made a, someone should pull a prank on, like, the DNS or the Cumbres and Toltec where they make, like, a giant paper-mache Invertobath thing and put it over the engine.
Yes.
That'd be epic.
Tender decking meets Invertobath.
Or even better, you one day you get, like, a giant vinyl sticker that says Cumbres and Toltec on it and go into the Durango yard and smack it on one of the tenders. Or you do it with the last number of it, and you just basically switch all the locomotives around.
That'd be diabolical.
That'd be so awesome.
It would be diabolical.
But it would
or
be
just, you know, or
Let's go do that.
like in the roundhouse doors. You know how sometimes they'll have the pictures on the roundhouse doors that are like the front of the engines
Yeah.
or something. Replace it with like a Gevo front.
Yes. Can we do that?
Yeah.
It's like, the hell is this?
Dios. Yeah. What on earth?
You know,
Gauge
or
Gevos.
you know, put up an SD70 face and just be like, it's heritage engine now.
Or just get a giant vinyl sticker of a face and stick it on the front.
There was in the little short story I was writing about the real.
No, put Thomas the Dank engine on it.
The real Lee the Mogul. There was like a Halloween party with the engine, and they put a giant paper mache
Doesn't
pumpkin
JDur
mask
have
on
4
it.
strikes instead of 3?
I don't know. Just leave it.
Just leave it short. Just leave it.
Just leave it.
Just leave it short.
All right. Well, as Milky was not saying, go ahead.
Speaking of what Alex was talking about, what area gain that, well, the official name of it is Winascatucket, but everyone is still going to call it.
Will always be known as Larry.
Shall always be Larry.
But what I plan on adding a few blanks to it.
Milky wants to add branch lines, and I don't.
I just thought OW and N, OW and Northern, or just OWN.
Own.
Oh.
You get owned by the Chirpernov.
They did.
They
Yeah,
do
we did.
quite frequently, actually.
I got owned by the Tripanov the other day.
Also,
Like-
Jilly's flipped out because Mookie wanted a branch line.
Yeah.
He thought it was a terrible decision.
Branch line.
Speaking of branch line,
Yeah.
oh wait,
You
Milky, are
say
you
branch
done?
line?
No,
You
I'm
say
not.
cerulean?
Oh no.
Speaking of branch lines, Milky,
Yeah, the Tillamook branch, I bet a few feet of track through the field.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's all I did. And for the gourds, maximum trees. And track width repairs.
Yeah, because it was like
It was
down.
really wonky.
It needed to be not as down.
No, not as down, Ellis.
Oh.
Now
Ooh.
everything's up, but it's really wonky, so I'm fixing it.
So yeah, make it not. Good job,
Good.
Elky. Speaking of not wonky Iron Horseman Chronicles stuff, though, JDur knocked it out of the park with
oh yeah,
the branch line.
Bran.
So JDur, I'm gonna
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to you. I need to talk to you after the podcast for a couple of things, but
All
only,
right.
only semi branch line related. But make sure I don't go away with, make sure.
Have you told him yet?
wait, what?
Nothing.
No,
Hey,
no,
dude,
we
you
that's
just-
one of the things. That's one of the things.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
need
Took
to
me a
stop.
minute. All right. So, by the way, this totally lends credence to it. JDur, go on your route.
All right. So on my route, the Davenport Southern Railroad Co., I've drawn up a redone map. It's not as bad. I added in some 2-foot gauge that I'm gonna build at some point. Because I found all the Ellis
You
showed
found
me all
I
that.
need to talk about that. The adorable
Yeah, all the-
2-foot gauge stuff. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah,
2-foot
It's 2-foot gauge that actually works.
Works well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been before I went to go mow lawns and stuff for like 6 hours today. I was grass. I was planting grass instead of cutting it.
Yes.
That's
Hey, whatever it takes to make whatever it takes to make the route look good.
Oh yeah,
Is
I honestly can't wait to see it.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Week-long multiplayer sessions confirmed.
Swiggity swag.
Only thing is, on my current computer, I doubt I can.
I could try it, or maybe Ogeles could handle it.
I could handle it.
Yeah,
Probably.
If we're not giving you a Minecraft server, we might as well put your processing power to use somehow.
Yeah, because I probably could do that, but
No, you couldn't.
I can host a multiplayer session for a few hours, but a week
You'd be pushing
on this
it.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
pushing it. Pushing it might be an understatement.
You'd be
I'd have
blowing
to
it
run
up.
nothing. I'd have to run nothing except
You'd be
trains.
melting. You'd be melting it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Especially
someone on my friends list, someone on my Steam friends list is playing VC.
Yay.
Siege.
But I've been finishing the grass and the trees and everything around Scranton. Then I can move on to. I really have 3 more sections to build. I have the northern mainline of the standard gauge. That goes, comes down in Davenport. I have the second northern mainline, the second northern standard gauge mainline with the Tillamook Lumber Company on it.
Oh,
Yeah, I needed a name for a lumber mill, and Milky gave me the name of Tillamook.
Lumbar.
Yeah, and then I have to
Lumbar.
build Davenport and Penn Island, which has a space center.
Say one.
It's okay, Wybold, it's spelled with 2 N's.
No, it's not.
Uh,
No,
Hey,
no,
Wybold.
it's
Okay.
supposed to be spelled with 2, but like the second N on the sign got like damaged.
Uh-huh.
It's the paint kind of faded.
right.
It's penis land, okay?
Yeah,
Right. Thank you.
the island's gonna look like one. Like that's what the land is gonna be.
Oh.
Like you
rocket-
go into map view. That's what
The
it's gonna
rockets
be.
launch off the tip.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
We're so mature. Alright,
Yeah. Really.
is that... Oh, right, we actually have the important Iron Horseman Chronicles news.
Yes.
And that is, we have currently finished writing 5 episodes.
We're 5, and we'll be sending voice lines out for those sometime. Because we should probably be worried about getting
we've got to be doing voicing, and we've got to be doing
Right.
filming.
Right.
The
Unless,
two-
I was
the
gonna
two-
say unless we get very good about writing those episodes in one night, like we did with episode 5, we
Oh, that was
really
great.
need to. We really do need to start like being. We should do one tonight. We should really try to get one done tonight.
I mean, maybe we could start a kick on one.
Yeah.
We should try for 2 this week again.
Yeah, we should. But we really do need to get moving on that. Otherwise, we need to start producing them and having them ready to air so that we can be working on them
On
with
the
the
later
first.
ones.
Right, we can be working on the later ones while the first few are airing.
And then start to move on to bigger and better things. For example,
Hmm.
we don't have a name for that
Season
yet. City Build.
City Build, yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't have a name for that, do we?
City build.
We'll have a name for it. Maybe we can just call it like the Fontaine Chronicles.
Something like that.
Wait. Huh?
Are you actually going to make it into a series?
Theoretically, I could.
Okay.
Wait.
If you think it's a good idea, although frankly, I might want to use the Monday slot for something else, and I'd be more than happy if you recorded something like that, or if you recorded that server.
Oh,
You know, to get
Did
your
I
channel
miss something?
to get your channel some publicity as well. Spread the love.
I would record.
Did I miss something when I was out mowing grass?
Yeah.
No, because
Like-
you're really not that much of a part of Warships,
yeah, you're really
I'd
not.
really
It'd
like
be an
to
extension of Warships.
and we're way on
Alright.
the siding here. So let's try and get back in the main
Alright.
line. And
Gotcha.
okay,
How much-
so what do we want to do for maintenance away? I mean, next week, or not next week, next episode is the 1-year anniversary, and the intro will be revised. So, Milky and Wybold, if you want to give me changes, this is your opportunity to submit. And I'll be working on the outro and working on stuff like that. By the way, the outro is going to replace the current GURP outro, which has become outdated.
Wobbled, I have 3 more subscribers than you.
This is relevant because.
I
This
don't
is
know.
relevant
I
because
just
I
had
want
to
to
set it.
I want to
Say
share
it.
the love with your channel,
Eh.
so that you can hold your how many subscribers do you have, Ogeles?
53.
So that you can hold a 54 subscriber count over Ogeles' head.
Mm.
Godspeed, Wybold.
I don't really care about the subs. They're
I
nice,
do.
but-
You must defeat him. You must defeat him now.
No!
Have fun trying
You
to.
shall not pass.
I have a video with 4,000 views.
Although Milky, bear in
Yeah.
mind that I brought my channel online this summer and I've already got up to what, half of yours?
A quarter. He hit
Yeah.
200 the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm bringing
oh,
up.
Really? Nice job, Milky.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
job.
Keep posting. One of the most important things I've learned is consistency.
Right.
I post every now and then, so.
Yeah,
He doesn't
that
post
ain't
very often,
consistency.
and nor do I.
Anyways,
Or don't lose the password like me.
yeah.
That is a key too.
Thanks.
You know what you should always
thanks,
do?
YouTube.
You just use password. It's so obvious, no one would ever think to guess it.
That I feel like is a really bad idea.
Now I have to change.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Oh, you guessed my password.
What was that in
TJ
like in
TJ was here
Spaceballs?
right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
The suitcase combination.
yeah. 1, 1. 2, 2, 2.
Ring, ring.
Well, if we'll get to some of the bigger stuff next week or next episode in terms of maintenance of way. But for now, I think it's time to pull into our terminating tracks.
You're just
Anyway.
trying to find new ways to say this now, huh?
Actually, that isn't a new thing. It
isn't?
It's relatively new. It just hasn't been introduced here yet because I've been saving it.
Ah,
I showed you the prototype.
yeah. I just didn't realize that you'd unveil it here. Never mind.
Anyways, on the first track with 4 points, Ogeles.
Ah, the JDur had 4 too. I could have sworn.
All right, that's good.
No.
JDur.
Okay. Wybold plus Penn Central.
All right, so for my
No,
termination,
shut up.
No, you already went.
You
I
failed.
did. I did.
Yes.
What? No.
JDur had this interesting picture which you guys will have to check the description to see, of Wybold's Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wybold's Worst Nightmare, Milky.
Yes. My train was hauled by a CB&Q that's streamlining and it's kind of getting rid of that. So.
It is what you would call mildly reminiscent of an inverto bath. And by mildly reminiscent, I mean pretty damn identical. And I have a load of pictures that I could share with you, but I'm gonna keep them around and save them for next time, and just gonna say, have a happy 420. Blaze it.
So for my termination, I'm on a Guardian article called "How to Make Fruit Pastillas," and I'm really trying to figure out how to do this, and quite curious. I don't know if you can find this article and make fruit pastillas for yourself. Let me know what you think of them, because I'm still not sure.
Send the article.
Oh, that's right. Hang on, let me find it. Okay, I got it. And that's basically my termination.
And that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Terminus podcast. Everybody out.
Woo!